There's one question.
Hello, everybody.
How you
Welcome,
guys?
welcome to the show. And I am Sun Psychic Jean. Thank you for joining us. And please welcome Mark, the Spirit Whisperer. Let me see if I can move you over. Nope, can't do it yet.
Yeah,
Not until I'm done sharing screens. Sorry, Mark. I'm
that's okay.
trying. So I have this screen up. This is the inspiration that I had as a thumbnail when Mark is joining me. And I always find the inspiration, like the energy around the reading. And I thought it might be fun while we're waiting for everybody to jump on to the live. If we took a minute and just maybe got a message from her. She's very mysterious. I love her energy, and the fact that she has the pan ear is what Mark and I both really thought was intriguing about her. So we're just going to take a minute and tune into her energy, and we'll get a message from her, and then we'll get started. How's that? Yeah.
Okay. She's also got a little of the green man energy too, with those leaves all in her hair and that little like ivy kind of coming down her neck. Let's see.
I'm telling you, I was just inspired. I just thought, wow, this is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just for your energy, for my energy, and for what I feel connects us as well.
Yeah.
Um, I love that affinity.
Well, mm, I feel her saying the first thing she says is, "I come in with the autumn, the autumn season. I represent the seasonal energy." Um, Particularly as it starts to change or as it starts to move from summer to fall. And it feels like she, this is what I'm hearing, take it or leave it. She's saying she orchestrates the energy of the fall. Like she, I almost see her like the vision, like with a wand, touching the trees and then they start to change, bringing in this change and this energy of harvest, produce, the cornucopia, the fruit of your labors, kind of bringing that in. And so it feels more like a larger nature spirit, that comes with the season, but particularly that first 30 days of the season's what I'm hearing. What are you getting?
Yeah, that beautiful change, right? That beautiful change and allowing change and to allow change with grace, to not resist change, that we are change, that we are nature, we are all connected, we are all sentient beings, we all come from love. To embrace this change of the season is to embrace the ebb and flow of our human nature, and to understand that we are nature. We are not standing on the earth. We are part of the earth. We are included in this. And I love that she incorporates all of nature in her own humanistic being or humanoid being type of energy. But she can transmute, she can transcend, and she has bubbly energy and like spritey, like a sprite type of light attitude and sort of playfulness.
Yep.
And she's just inviting us to explore this aspect of all of us. All of us have this aspect inside of us. So I was just actually doing some automatic writing. I don't do it very often, but honestly, Mark, when you were doing the your reading on her, it was pouring off of my out of my hand.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So she is phenomenal. She has beautiful energy, and to embrace change like we embrace the seasons, the seasonal change. This is our human flow, our human natural flow.
Right.
That
You
that's
know, like
just
you say that word, those words, human nature, it's like they go together because they're one and the same. Humans are nature. You know, it's like um, as separate as some people try to imagine themselves from nature, you know, we're one and the same. And I do see her, like she keeps showing me, riding in on the wind. It's like this wind brings in change, brings in the new season. And she just keeps saying, seasons, harvest season. I don't know. I just love it. I just think it's way cool.
it is way cool. I love it too. I love it. Well, thank you very much, Mark, for indulging me and getting a message from this. You are the spirit whisperer, and to whisper from the messages from this spirit. I just thought she was so intriguing. And thank you, everybody, for indulging us. I will go ahead and stop sharing. Yay!
Yeah,
Hi,
and I
everybody.
wonder what the person had in their mind when they did that picture. I know they were thinking about autumn or something. That, you know, I feel like they were in tune to her energy when they did that picture.
Wow. Yeah, they would have to be, right?
Yeah, they're bringing that out. Yeah,
Wow. Very nice. Very nice. So,
a lot of fairy energy in that picture. It feels like she's sort of a queen of fairies, though, or a high up, like a boss fairy, or something like that. They're talking about that picture some more.
oh, very to see everybody. Lady Silver is here. So nice to see you. So, Mark, what I have found out is in order for me to stay connected to spirit, it really helps me just to take the questions sort of as soon as we're done the one question, we'll take the next question almost as they organically appear
Okay.
in the chat there. So, so Lisa Foster is driving and listening. Thanks for listening. So, Mark and I will be doing questions or answering questions. Psychic questions, mediumship questions, spirit guide questions, pet questions, anything goes for today. Just no politics and no legal matters, things like this. So I see Ellen R. Hi, Ellen. Thanks for coming. She wants to know if her cat Simon is visually impaired. So let's see. Thanks, Ellen.
Kitty cat Simon. Hey, Simon.
I'm getting a gentle yes. Hi, Nathan. Thanks for coming.
Um, I Now there's some Facebook posts. See, they come up and it says Facebook on here.
Great. Now it's working. Thank you.
Yeah, their questions will come up on here too. I don't think it's like I feel like I gotta stop looking at the comments. That it's not like a permanent. It seems more temporary for some reason, or what? Tell me something else a little bit clearer than that, because I'm not getting Simon. It feels more like kind of foggy sometimes, or but I don't really see like blindness or anything. But I'm trying to figure out what is that then. I feel like what you watched was an unusual thing that happened, and it doesn't. It's not like an ongoing thing. It was like you noticed Simon doing something, but it's not really. I don't really get that there's a big problem with the vision. But what are you seeing,
Hmm.
Jen?
So what you're saying is it comes and goes, and I kind of got like it's almost related to either a medication or a medical condition that the cat may be dealing with, and that it was a the coming and going makes sense to me because the pendulum wasn't swinging very strongly. Yes, just a gentle yes. So I'm not sure if what would be causing that.
Me either.
Interesting. So that's probably why Ellen is not sure herself because she's like, sometimes it seems like that Simon is, and sometimes it seems like he's not. He's not on a medicine,
Hmm.
not totally blind. He does bump into things. Oh, what a silly cat.
A little bit of bumping. I almost feel like it feels like a little covering over his eye, like
Hmm.
it feels, but I don't understand that. In like reality, it's like a little what is the word? Like well, maybe it's like a cataract or something like that. Speaking of cats, is that what
Yeah,
we're?
she put that in there exactly as you said that. Cataract. Yep.
Oh, well, okay, there you go. So I know, and sometimes that kind of thing. There, when you write it, the exact same moments in my brain. So it feels like that, and I kept getting from the beginning. It's something like we would have some people, um, but I don't think it bothers him all the time. I even think sometimes people with the cataract, it isn't always troublesome. Sometimes it's worse than others. Maybe I don't know because I'm not a doctor, but I feel like it might be something like that. How old is he?
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah. Ellen, just let us know how old he is.
yeah,
So, Nathan, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking the questions organically. This helps me to stay connected to spirit and to not have to scroll back and forth. So, as the questions are answered, then we'll just take the next question there. If you would like a message from your loved one, if you wouldn't mind just putting the first name and the relationship, like if it's your brother Joe or if it's your, daughter Sue or whatever that might be, and so that we can go specifically to that one person. um, so she said maybe 10 years old, he's a rescue.
yep, yep. Um, okay, cats have a third eyelid type thing called nictitating membrane.
Wow.
Yeah, because that word membrane seems to jump out a little bit because it's like a little bit of a coverlet or like that word membrane seems to describe what I'm feeling. Um, or cataract. It's something that goes over the eye. I feel like it's more about age um, than something you're eating or something like that, or like a physical, got hit in the eye or something. So it feels like an age related thing, kind of like cataract, or maybe like that. I never heard of that membrane thing, but that sure is lighting up. Um, I don't think it's like detrimental. Like, I don't think, I mean, I think he'd like it better if he could see better, but I don't think it's like a really, I'm not getting big flags quick, rush him to the doctor or anything like that. But I think you might notice a little bit more about it. Now you can take him to the vet and say, "Do you think he has a cataract?" And they'll let you know. Uh, but there's not a lot they could do for it. I don't think. I don't feel like there's a lot to do about it, but I could be wrong. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you for your question, Ellen R., and all the best to you and Simon. Uh, we hope he's better soon. So we have Nathan, and Nathan is here. He would like to hear from his friend George. So let's check with Nathan.
Yeah. Simon, though, wants to yell out, "I love you very much," and that he feels very well taken care of. He doesn't go around going, "Oh, woe is me" or anything. He's a happy cat. Okay, sorry.
No, not at all. Sometimes they still linger. I
Yeah,
get
a
it.
little bit. Like, wait
All
a
right,
minute,
so
there's one more thing.
George for Nathan. Let me see if I can get George for Nathan.
Friend George.
He's saying, "Don't feel bad for me." I'm getting him sort of like fading in and out, and he is just saying that if he was ill before he passed, and don't remember him that way. He wants you to remember the good times when he was not ill, and that, that he was at his best, and he's showing me like smoking and drinking, maybe even cigars or something, like something where you guys would really party and really have fun parties, and let your hair down, and just have a grand time, sort of like a lot of cheer, a lot of celebration, and just being yourselves, and the laughter. He's showing me the laughter. I'm not sure if he had like a very distinctive laugh, like ah, 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 ah. I don't know why I'm getting that, but it's something that he's known for. And he's saying, "This is how I want you to remember me." He's saying, if I was in a lot of pain, if I was having a lot of distress, if I had a lot of fear at the end of my life, he does not want you to remember him this way. But he seems like a wonderful, warm, genuine. He's genuine. This is like a beautiful quality of George, is that he's genuine. He's coming through very genuine to me on the other side, and he's saying, "This is how I was. What you see is what you get when I was in this world." Oh my gosh! Wow. So let me know, Nathan, if that makes any sense to you. Oh, yes, he understands he was a very funny man.
Yeah.
Wow, he's telling me he made me laugh like that. Ah, like I thought it was his laugh. That's so funny. Mark, anything?
You know, I'm wondering if he was he married, Nathan, and did he leave a wife here? I'm just wondering. A lot of times questions will come up and they want me to ask you. The one thing he's telling me though is that he was greeted on the other side by friends and family. So this is the Ten of Cups. It says Ten of Ghosts here, but it's cups in this deck. I'm using Halloween deck today. And like it was a
Awesome.
nice reunion on the other side. Uh, and he felt loved and welcomed. I feel like he's been working since he passed, um, and realizes more clearly humanity's connection to spirit when they're on the earth. So I got the Hierophant, um, which a lot of times is a mediator between earth and spirit, or it's also like a religious leader or something like that. But I feel like he has been looking at his relationship. There's something about his relationship with spirituality, I feel like he got some more clarity on it once he crossed over. That there was a little bit um, confusion about that is cleared up on the other side.
Wow.
Um, and I do get this Queen of Imps, which makes me feel like a wife or a daughter or somebody that's still here, that he's watching over or caring for, or is concerned with. And I don't even know if he was married, but it feels like some female that's still here that he is looking after. Also, your friendship meant a lot. Like it was one of the good things of his life on earth. Like it carried through. He felt that relationship. I think you guys were pretty strong, agreed on a lot of things, or it was easy for you guys to talk about anything that you related to one another, almost like a brother energy. I feel like he's saying that we were like brothers, um, spiritual brothers, or not in this life, but we had the energy of brothers together. Um, and I feel like you guys both may have felt that when he was here. That's what I'm getting.
I'm also getting something about his teeth. I'm not sure if he had mm, just a little bit of unusual teeth. Um, just something about his smile was just unusual. Would separate him from others. Um, so I'm not sure if Nathan, you can validate any of that and let us know if he had any loved ones that he left behind. And we thank you for your question. Let's go ahead and move on. Ah, Silver Moon, Sherry. Hi, everybody. Let's see. Um, who is next? I have Diana's Truth. I love your icon. That was my icon for the longest time.
Oh.
Why am I having so many blocks in solving my jaw shifting? I'm not sure. Mark, do you do medical questions?
Well, only in that the guides, mostly Pan, will do energy work on a physical, imbalance. And they might talk about where you need energy, stuff like that, but I don't do diagnosis really. I mean, I'll tell you whatever they say, but I'm not a doctor and I'm not about diagnosing. But sometimes, um, when those kind of questions come up, it's about just doing healing work. And I'll do that if they ask, if that's what Spirit says. You know what I mean? So I don't really try to diagnose people. But sometimes Pam will say energy work will help this person, and so I'll do it,
Hmm.
or help their malady or whatever they're going through. It can be assisted with energy work, and so then
Hmm.
I'll do it. Same thing with animals.
Hmm.
It just depends. I always take it from them, whatever they tell me.
Well, the only thing that and this is just me, is if you, the best pain management I've ever received is acupuncture. And this was not jaw pain. This was not anything related to dental work at all. But there are blocks of energy, like a block, the energy that doesn't flow to, that blocks the actual healing or natural body healing itself. And if you haven't tried acupuncture, I would definitely try it just for the pain management and also to unlock those blocks and to open up our own body's ability to heal itself. And I'll I do not yeah, there I'm not sponsored by acupuncture, But I do strongly believe in it, especially for pain.
Yeah. I had acupuncture once. There was only one time in my life when I had a panic attack, and I thought for sure I was dying in the moment, and I just happened to be near a homeopathic doctor that I knew, and so I really thought I was dying, and so I just went into his office unannounced, no apartment, and I walked in. And he said, "Oh my God, Mark, what's happening?" And I said, "I think I'm dying." And he did acupuncture on me right then, and that's the first time I'd ever had it, and it completely just brought me back into my body and just settled it all. And I've forever since am a supporter of acupuncture because it just totally brought me back to sanity. And I was like breathing hard and felt like my heart was just beating, and all that just went back. So that's something to try. Yeah, Sherry
Yeah.
H, that might be a troll. Diana, though, it's funny because we were talking about that too, about trolls, and now one tried to come. Maybe that might be, might not be. Diana, I am going to send some energy though, because he says he can help break up some of the energy. Um, it's like settled. It's like settled there in your face, and I do get it's energetic. So, in that way, I do feel like acupuncture could help because it's about realigning the energy, or because it's kind of getting blocked there or stuck there. Anyway, I'm going to work with just a minute and we can move on, but I'm going to continue to work with you energetically. So, Pan, my guide, is bringing light in through my head. It's really bright yellow today, and it's going to go all the way through me. So, he's using my channel, and then it's coming up through this. I have a clear crystal today, and then he's directing it to you. We are working on your face, the mask here, jaw, and throat chakra. Ah! Ho! Ho! A little bit of like past life stuff's coming up. A little bit like um, speaking your truth and being reprimanded for it, or a fear of expressing fully because it won't be received well by everybody, or it wasn't at a time before. So there's still some resistance in that, and I feel like kind of bringing that forward a little bit in this lifetime. Now, I think when I read it, you said it's been going on for a couple of years. You don't need to have it though. I don't think Pan said, no, you don't need to have this for the rest of your life. This is energetic, and it can be like re pushed out and smoothed out. So he's pushing a lot of energy right. I just feel it right in your jaw. It's on my right side, but it could be mirror. So I don't know if it's your left side or right side, but I'm seeing it on the right side. But again, I could be looking at you in the mirror. So I'm sorry about the sound, but he uses that sound to break energy that's kind of resisting. I know it sounds weird, but they always do that to help move energy. That they use my hands and they use my voice. And now I can see like some light flowing through there. It's like the image I'm seeing is like almost like a rock slide or a little pile of rocks, but we've knocked a little opening in it. And there's now light coming through, kind of getting rid of that dark energy. So that's the things, guys. Whenever I work on anything, especially medical or anything like that, it's always energetic to me. So everything's energy. So when they work and they give me a vision, or I kind of get to see what they're doing, because again, it's not me, it's spirit through me. It's energy movement. So he's really busting through this energy. It's like a little hard-headed. So we're kind of hitting it hard. It's no longer serves you. It kind of comes up like most of our maladies and illnesses and things like that come from fear. That's sort of the basis, or the bottom of that. This feels like it's mostly past life memory. Maybe Gene will get something else. But I feel like that energy work helped a little. That's what he's saying. And you might experience a little relief, or a period where you go, oh, that feels better or different, or that's not as sharp or something. He's going to keep running that energy. Now, you tonight, when you go to bed, if you feel like it and you are open to it, you can ask Pan to come, because you usually call on him to use this energy, and he'll assemble this group that I call the nature healers. They're like healers in spiritual form, and we'll say, work on my jaw further, opening up that energy. Okay, so I'm making this appointment with him. And so before you go to sleep, just say, oh yeah, I remember my appointment. Please come and work on me while I'm sleeping, breaking up this energy block. Okay. Hope that helps some.
She
I
said
did.
she
Yeah.
could feel it,
Oh, good.
and it was on her right side.
Oh, good. Well, not good, but that just means
Mhm,
that it's hitting right.
mhm.
And I can see it moving. So again, it feels like energy. And, the more, of course, I've been doing this since the 80s. That's a long freaking time. But the more and more I work with that, it's almost the bottom of most everything is that energy block kind of thing. Eventually, that can turn into a physical. If you just hang on to it, it becomes a physical malady. I feel like this is about over with, though. You've already been struggling with it for a while, but I feel like we can let it go and move on.
Wow.
Did you get anything else, Jean?
I did not, Mark.
Oh,
That was fabulous, absolutely fabulous, and it would take more time, but I just thank you very much for doing that healing, and you are amongst friends here. So if you please don't feel that it's unusual at all with that healing sound that you do. We
yeah,
actually honor and respect the process, and anybody who is here watching this channel is part of the healing as well.
yeah,
We all bring our energies
that's
together,
right.
focus on Mark, and he helps to facilitate that. That was absolutely beautiful. What was the stone that you were holding in your hand? That
It's
was it.
just, yeah, it's a cluster, but it's just clear quartz today. It depends. Usually he uses this one a lot because it just amplifies the energy. It makes it even more, it pinpoints it a little bit more, I feel like. So I always see him, he comes through me, or he sends that energy, that healing energy, which comes right from source, you guys, in case you haven't watched me. I want you to know that. Also, healing energy can come up from source as well. It doesn't always have to come down, because goddess can also send energy, healing energy up. But anyway, so he uses me because I'm his channel here for this, and then it goes through the crystal to you. But in that instance, I can always see if the person or the animal or whatever situation, because you can heal situations that way too, if they're taking the energy or not. And in this case, it was really sucking it in. So that's good.
Wow. That's beautiful, and that she could feel it as well. And the moderators are actually putting in Mark's channel, Mark's YouTube page there. If you haven't yet gone over to subscribe to Mark's channel, he has phenomenal content over there. And please do go over and support Mark. He's being honoring us and being my guest today, and I'm just so grateful that he shares all of his abilities and different techniques here with us. So that was lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you. And Diana's Truth said thank you. Aw.
Yeah, and then she suspected past life things. I know, because that was funny that that came up. I never know what they're going to, I don't know. So a lot of times I'm watching and listening just like you guys, you know what I mean? Because my job as a voice channel is to sit over here to the side, sort of, and they come through and do stuff. But then it's like I'm watching right along with you guys a lot of the time. Of course, I've been doing it for a long time. So a lot of times, I'll recognize right away when something's going one way or another because just from doing it so many times. But it's fun on this. It's a little different when I do that kind of like to do a healing in a minute online. It's the best we can do, but it's not the same. Like a private session is a little different because I'm able to just focus on that one person. Um, Here there's a lot of energy flying around at the same time, so we just do the best we can. But I'm glad you guys were here for it, right? I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all of our energies joining together, and it's beautiful. So
Yeah.
Lisa is a big supporter. She says Mark is awesome.
Thanks,
Thank
Denise.
you again, Mark. And I see Dave Maud is here, and Kevin, the healing medium, is here. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Sherry, Alice L. Hi, Alice. Alice is also a healer.
Yep.
And thank you very much. That was really beautiful. I really enjoyed watching that, and I could feel the intensity as well. Um, okay, so if Tina, if you want to ask for a question from your mom or dad, if you could put just one of them, if it's your mom, just give me her first name, or if it's your dad, you can give me his first name. And we're just going to take questions as they come in. So Abby Mosher is here, and she said, "Do I have a message from her spirit guides?" Hi, Abby. Thanks for stopping by. Let me just get.
Um, Abby with her spirit guide.
I feel as though I see animals around you, and they're telling me that you are a steward, that you are here to provide shelter and care to little furry ones. And I would assume they're dogs, but they may not be. But this is something that you were put on this earth to serve, and you feel as though you serve your pets, your dog. Um, and your dog may have like a little bit of a diva spirit, um, but you have this ability to serve and honor those who have pure uh, a pure innocence energy, that you're here as a protector, and you have this nurturing quality to you, and that you are your energy is very beautiful. um, it has like a bright white sort of expanding light around your energy, and this compassion and this service that you provide to the innocent. And please correct me if I'm wrong with the pet. But there is a devotion that you have to protect the innocent. It's almost like your life's mission here. It's
Mm.
almost like the um, I'm not sure. Did you see anything come through, Mark? I didn't see
Well,
anything.
I feel like, oh, you mean in the chat? No, she hasn't
Okay.
responded. Abby, are you still here? It does help the reading if you can be there when we're reading on you, because energetically, they're working with your energy at the same time. So it's like you get a stronger, more specific. Yeah. Well,
She
nice
said,
dogs. Yeah.
I have two dogs. My oldest is 15 and seems as her time may be coming to the end. Very beautiful. So this is your soul's honor to be of service to your pets, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful that you wanted to express this. You wanted to be you are more not just a caregiver. You're like a protector, and you steward their energy. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. You take care of those who cannot take care of themselves. It's really nice. How about you, Mark?
She's a spunky little Yorkie named Trixie. Very cute. I had a little Yorkie many years ago and loved her. Well, my thing, this is a message from Spirit, right? And I asked them to speak to me through the cards if it wanted to. So what I'm getting is, well, I get the Wheel of Fortune, but what it's talking to me about is, there it goes. You've been putting good out into the world. You've been focusing on making a positive difference in your own life and in the lives of others. And I think you've sincerely have been looking at how can I be of service to the world and to others as well as to myself, or you've been pursuing your relationship with Spirit. And I feel like, this wheel is telling me that you've been working at it. You've been putting in the energy and it's time for it to come back. So karma, but positive karma. And so that, I mean, like what you put in is what you receive. And I feel like it's time you're going to be receiving more acknowledgement for this. This is the world, but realizing that the private work you've been putting in on yourself is about to pay off. It's already paying off, but noticing it even in your world, that how this um, relationship that you've been playing with um, benefits you in the world. And I just think the more you work on that, the more successful you'll be with it. Now, you might say, Mark, I don't do that, but I hear that you are. And then you get 9 of Pentacles, which, is satisfying. It's, it's, it paid off. See all those pentacles? So it paid off on the earth. So your relationship with Spirit changes you on the earth. It changes your relationship or how you function on the earth and how the earth functions with you. So I don't know if you've been working on that, but these cards seem to think you have been.
It's very, very beautiful. I saw the bright light of your spirit. It's really very beautiful. Thank you for everything that you do. And it is true, you are different from other people. Other people don't have that capacity. And you're wondering what is different about me? Why do I always want to? It's almost like you would rescue a bird that fell out of a of a nest and you would nurse them back to health. And this is just innate in you. It's like you can't help but do it. It's almost like a compulsion in a nice way.
Right.
So she says it means so much.
And the
Aw.
universe recognizes that, hon. And that's your honest, sincere effort to do the best you can with what you've got every day. And they really appreciate it and see it. And I think you're going to start getting some comeback on that, which means helping you in ways that serve you in your life on the earth is sort of the way that karma works. It comes back and helps you where you need it. And I feel like you're going to be noticing that here.
Wow, good for you. Thank you, Abby. How nice. Very nice. So next we have Teresa Ford. Hi, Teresa. Thanks for coming. She would like a message from Spirit, please. So let's see what we have for Teresa Ford. I see a little bit of boredom around you, Teresa, and it's almost like you kind of have a feeling that you're going to be like you're going to be busy uh, soon, but you'd like to be busy now. And it's not busy, it's almost like fun. It's almost like fun, like your spirit is going to be active and you're going to be active and something's going to be going on in your energy. But right now it seems as though you are a little bit bored and sort of like, okay, the summer's over, the holidays are not quite here yet. What am I to do in between? It's almost like you have a little bit of a boredom going on. So why? And they're showing me the spiral of the there's like, you know, the conch shell and the spiral of the conch shell. What does this mean for Teresa? They want you to listen. They want you to listen for guidance. They say that you can hear guidance, and it's almost like if you were to be, I don't know, reading a book or looking at something, and then a thought pops into your head that has nothing to do with what you're watching or reading, and you're wondering where this thought came from. They're saying that it's that time of year where the veil is thinning and that the messages come in a little bit more, and they want you to listen and not to dismiss anything that you may hear or that you may think that you thought but you didn't think it. um,
Cool.
yeah, so that's what I have so far. How about you, Mark?
Okay, let's see here. What are we doing? Well, first of all, Teresa, I know because one of my guides is Pan that sometimes he'll repeat the same things over and over because he's really into like certain things. But first of all, I'm getting that this time of year, you know, you want to stay connected um, to your connection to Earth. This is the Two of Pentacles. Um, and so what I'm hearing from this is like the ebb and flow. Again, kind of like what we talked about already, but what you put in comes back. And so it's always this, as I give, so too I receive. And as within, so without. So there's this ebb and flow energy. And it's particularly apparent, and that energy is really anchored at this time of year, at the harvest time. And it continues through to like winter energy. But so it's a lot of giving and receiving, giving and receiving, giving and receiving. And so it wants you to like, you know, um, allow yourself to be connected to that, you know, so consciously choose it, that you are one with this natural energy of ebb and flow, because we want to bring in more flow. We want to bring in more harvest, more reward. Because I know you too have been working all year. And so they're saying open up to receive the good that you've been working for, because it's there ready for you. Um, and I also feel like it you know, well, I also got the Ten of Ghosts, which again is a lot of, you know, love energy, family energy too. Um, Ghost or cups in this deck, so or hearts. So I feel like not only, you know, being, I'm getting a little, I can't quite find the words, being in that ebb and flow, And with that, you just intend it. You don't have to do a lot other than set your intention and open yourself to receive. But also, this also serves your family and everyone else. There's enough. You've been putting in the work and it pays off big for everybody, for all the things you're concerned with. So I think it's just reminding you of that. And I think it kind of is saying, stay on the course and things will, show you that that's the right thing to do. If it hasn't already, really.
Thank you, Mark. That was really nice. And Teresa, if you don't mind, there's just a little bit more that they're showing me. They're showing me like you're a busy person, but you're the one who always gets things done. Like you're the one who always has the holiday parties at your house. If anybody needs to buy a car, you're the one that goes and with them to buy the car. If anybody doesn't know how to fill out something, a form, or something medical, or do something, you're the one that goes with them to figure it out. Like you're a doer, you have intelligence, you know how to figure things out, and you are assisting everybody around you. I see you being the go-to person. I'm not sure if this may just be at work, but I think it's around your family too, and your friends. You're just so very generous. You have a lot of intelligence and a lot of ability to figure things out that other people may find daunting, and that you really love giving assistance. So that's beautiful. They're showing me that. Um, Very nice, Teresa. So thank you. It's interesting the way they show me the energy around you. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see.
I know it's kind of like just carry on. It's like you're already kind of doing it, so just keep on. I don't
Beautiful.
feel like them
Beautiful.
saying, "Oh, you're making such a mess of things." It's like, no, I feel like you're right on the path there and figuring things out and doing better each and every day.
Very nice. So next we have Lisa, and she said the other day went for a walk and came home, and two of her Halloween lighted decorations were on. Who did that? Was it a message? Um, I don't know if it was inside or outside your decorations. Um, are they on a timer? Not sure, Lisa, if your decorations were inside or outside, and if they were on a timer. I'm assuming inside because outside, then it could have been anybody. I don't know. Um, it's funny. I just did a show, a Mind Body Spirit Expo in my area. Here's the fall one. And I brought these little tea lights with me, and I put them on the candle because you can't have lighted candles there. So I put a little battery operated tea lights, and halfway through the readings, all three tea lights went out. So I
Oh,
like quick grabbed them and I put them on the side. And then I had them in the kitchen here, and I was going to have my husband take a look and see if he could figure out what battery it was to replace the battery. And I walked in the kitchen and they were on. And I was like, "Oh my gosh." And my husband says, "Is that your spirit guides?" I said, "I think they're on a timer." So that's and all three of them went off at the same time, and all three of them came back on at the same time. Okay, so she says no timer. You have to pick them up and turn them on. It was still light. Oh, okay. And you don't turn them on until after dark. Interesting. And they were inside, she said. Wow.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let's see what we can do. Let me just tune into Lisa Foster and your vicinity.
It feels like a playful greeting, or you were meant to notice it. Um, it's kind of playful. Um, I can hear them like, ha, look, and she noticed it. It's a little impish, a little, it definitely feels like nature spirit energy. Rather, I get that more than like a ghost or something like that. It feels more like playful, you know, fairy like energy or nature spirit energy playing with you. But I'm going to draw a card too. Hmm.
So, Lisa, do you have a father figure on the other side? I was picking up. I wanted. I knew. I was hearing that it was a family member, and I thought I wanted to rule out who it was and who it wasn't. So I asked my pendulum a couple different people, like you know, and the father figure or the father energy said yes, and all the other energies that I checked said no. So that's what I was getting. It was your father. He's just. Let me see if I can tune into to him and find out. I think he just wants you to know that he's watching over you, that he's there. It's just his way of coming through and being around you, almost like bringing your awareness to him and his awareness to you. And yeah, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
She said she never had a relationship with him, though.
Yeah, but that changes sometimes when you get on the other side. That person realizes kind of the error of their ways, and they try to make up for it sometimes by assisting you from over there. I feel like, yeah, he didn't have anything to do with you here on the earth, but I feel like he regrets that on the other side, and he's still, you know, he watches over you. He knows you're a part of him. He feels like he wishes he could kind of make that up, but it was a big. He was his lifetime. He was way too. And this sounds terrible, but selfishly focused, and um, was kind of mired in all that, and it was hard to see clearly. But he feels that's a regret on the other side. Um, but I'm still not sure that light. It almost feels like little energies that the cats can see and kind of play around, and was that like. But because nature, spirit, or ghost, neither one are in physical form. Um, and the animals, like I do see the animals at the house noticed the energy, and like they were interacting with it, and that interaction kind of caused the electric to act up. Let me ask my pendulum if that was your father, because it could be, especially since Gene is picking up on him. Yeah, I get all that, Lisa. That sounds like not very fun. Yeah, I do think he was there. His name was Fred. Pendulum says yes, his energy was there. So it's interesting. He was hanging out in there when you weren't home. I do feel like he's around you more than you might think. Um, th- there was a lot to learn for his soul, and I feel like he feels the need to make amends if he can from this side, from the other side. He feels like he would like to somehow make that energy better.
Yeah, yeah, he's reaching out. Yeah, it's something that you're gonna have to, process, Lisa, and decide on your own, and, either welcome it or ask him to leave, and it's totally up to you.
Right,
Um, but, if assisting I know that, for my situation is similar, not exactly, but, did not have very good relationship here in this world, but on the other side, he came through profusely, apologizing every time I went to get energy work or Reiki healing or something. They all kept saying, "Gene, your dad's here." I'm like, "I know, I don't want to talk to him." I went through that for a while, a couple of years, and then finally allowed him to say his piece and to make his apology. And I felt the energy change. I really did. And what I did was I realized that he was just a soul here on this earth. As a man, he had flaws, and I just saw his soul and not the mistakes that he made in this lifetime. So just
right,
it's your decision though, and whenever you're ready, it may take some time. May take some time.
right. And it's okay that you're upset with him, and that he was a crappy father. And you can say that to him if you want. Don't, well, he died in here. Okay. Well, yeah. But while you were here, you did not um, live up to your responsibilities. You had a child and you didn't really care. Uh, and that was crap. And I didn't like it. You can go ahead and let that out for him because on some level, he wants you to. Yeah, I always hated him. And that's okay. He would rather you express that out and not carry it along with you. He realized he understands it. He even understands why you would, and all of that. And in some ways, we can you can still be of service to him if you want to. You don't have to, but just expressing that out and letting that out and say, you were a real piece of work. And I don't really have a loving connection with you because of that. And I don't even, and if you want to, and I don't particularly want to interact with you now either. You can say that too. Um,
You just let him know you're not ready and that you'll call on him if and when you are ready.
right.
Yeah, it's your choice.
Yeah. It's up to you. But he does come around you. He is concerned about you. And that's because when you get on the other side, as far as I know, who knows really, but you have to look at what you've done, both good and bad, because good and bad are really, that's something we do. But you have to look at your choices and see how they served you and others. And so, his personality in this life is regretful of the choices he made. And so he would like to, if he can, on that side, make up for some of it somehow energetically. So even if that's watching over you, like an extra little, you know, energy that's got your back, he says that's okay. You don't even have to acknowledge it. You don't have to give me anything. It's really about me making up for my mistakes. And this is one way I might be able to do some of that from the other side. So, we all do the best we can. Ultimately, I feel my dad, I hardly knew him either. But you learn when you cross over how to do better. If you constantly get better. And that's why we keep coming back for these lifetimes. It's to learn what's important, what's not. And, so it's a big learning lesson. And a lot of us these days that are here on the earth, for whatever reason, our souls chose at least one parent that wasn't completely there for us. A lot of us did, because it strengthened our own resolve. Because it's really about, I'm doing this just because of me. It's not about anybody else. I'm creating this relationship with Spirit the way I want to, because it's what I want to do. It doesn't have anything to do with how mean people were to me or how people don't like me or anything like that. It's still just me doing what I needed to do. And you kind of acknowledge, I realize you did the best you could. Didn't really help me that much, but I still trust that you did the best you could, kind of a thing. Yeah, I grew up scared of him. Yeah, I was really afraid of my dad too. Yep, and I wish that too. But that's okay. That's a natural reaction to that kind of energy. And it strengthened you, even though sometimes it's hard to say, oh, that made me stronger. But, we do choose that. I really believe that with all my heart, that our soul, we do this little plan before we come into life and we go, I really need to be fortified. I need to be strong within my own resolve. And so this will help me be more independent, more strong-minded. And so I want one parent that seems more absent, or, that's going to help me realize more fully my own strength. And, I've had to look at that with my own life too. And as I just am willing to look at it, it clears it up. And since then that I've been able to do that more easily, I have a lot more love for my father. And he passed away a long time ago, but now I was afraid of him. He was an alcoholic and all that, and he was a scary alcoholic. And, I was kind of wanting him to go, and plus I had other things that my spirit chose, like being gay. Oh, so there was a lot to go. Why in the world did I choose an alcoholic parent? We're poverty stricken. I'm gay. I don't know any other souls like that. Oh, certainly I couldn't have possibly chosen it. And that's what it felt like. But these days, as I'm older than Methuselah, I realize, oh, you know what? I really did choose all that on purpose. And it actually did help me in the long run, even though it didn't. When I was kind of young and going through it, it felt horrible. And I was going, what? But at this, looking back, I realized, oh, okay, that was all part of it. It's all what made me me. And actually made me a stronger person. And I don't really depend on what other people say and think to make my choices. And, I became determined to find my relationship with God or Spirit no matter what. No matter what anybody else said or did or told me or liked me for it or thought I was nuts for it, I didn't really care. I'm doing it for me. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You can't stop me. And, I learned that a lot growing up. Like, I'm still going to become a grown up, even in this family situation. I became kind of a hard-headed, you're not going to take me down kind of a kid because of that, So, yeah, I always want to be a part of a loving family. Well, you're part of this loving family, Lisa Foster. There is that.
You can break the cycle and begin
Mm-hmm.
now, begin today, you know?
Right. And you had your family with the animal kingdom as well. And you get to practice that kind of unconditional love back and forth with the animals, which you didn't get with your parent. And that's a good thing. And I don't want you to feel singled out. Yeah, so now I have family cats. I have a family of pets too. And at this point, both my parents are gone and all my family just about. So my family is you guys and my pets. Um,
Oh,
and I'm okay with that. I love it. I miss my pet family, of course, and will always until I cross over. But I feel strong in myself that I'm still standing. And that takes a lot of just doing. You know what I mean? I could have easily gone a few times, but I think I'm a little too hard headed to do it. Well, screw you. I'm staying here. I don't care. I hear all you guys talking about my doggies. So that's Alaska back there. Does she look a little comfy?
that is so funny.
And
She's
then
adorable.
you can see the other one's right here behind me in my chair. As always,
Oh my goodness.
she's always,
Oh, wow.
always. Can you turn around and let them see your little cute little baby face? That's my little
Oh,
buttercup. So her seat
oh.
is always behind my back in the chair, and then Alaska lays in that chair. It's their job. They both come immediately in here um, to ground me for these channelings and things. That's their part. I love David said, I thought that was a picture of a dog. No, that's look at her. She's got her eyes open, but she looks like she's gone with the wind.
I think they just love the energy,
They
They
do.
feel, yeah,
They think they help me ground, and I know they do because I can lift out of this seat and fly through the air probably.
sure,
I've always
sure.
needed more grounding, more so than I knew that a long time ago, and maybe that's why I
So,
channel Pan is for the
s-
grounding.
speaking of energy there, Mark, we are over an hour.
Oh,
Are you okay to do one more? Are you
yeah,
feeling okay?
yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I get too talky.
So we have Alice. Hi, Alice. Thanks for coming. And she wants to get a message from her spirit guides. Wonderful. Thank you, Alice.
Yeah, let's see here. I'm going to use this deck that I haven't used to see.
So right away, Alice, I see that you are very strongly connected to the archangels and specifically like Metatron and Archangel Michael. They're saying that you are taking on amazing type of global energy healings, and that they showed me themselves, and they showed me them sort of with that energy of ready to go, ready to protect, ready to be of service. Oh, sorry, my face is a little small. It's ready to be of service and on at your beck and call. That you have conjured and called in these energies, and um, they are only for the purest of intentions, for the highest good of all concerned, and for the greater good sort of energy that they're giving me, and that you are taking on this one. You are one of many light workers that are taking on this global type of healing, um, and they're saying that they are there working with you. I'm not sure why I'm only seeing Metatron and Archangel Michael. I would assume that I'm seeing Raphael, but they're saying that's not the kind of energy that they need. That um, oh, she says I call them all the time. Is
Oh,
Metatron and Archangel Michael? I'm my logic brain is kicking in, which I should just kick it back out. But let me just see if they have a message or your spirit guides have a message. They just want you to know that that's your day job, that it's okay to put down the crystal ball, so to speak, and to sort of settle in and ground with earth and be in your human essence. That this is not a 24/7 requirement, and that they honor you for the effort and the energy that you do put forward. Um, and they just want you to be able to balance this with your human uh, incarnation, like your human essence, that it's only your day job. It's only one third. They do say that you are doing a lot of this work at night as well, like as you sleep. You exchange energy information as you sleep, or your consciousness leaves your human body at night and it exchanges information. But they need your spirit grounded in your human body in order to transmute some of the energies and facilitate some of the healings.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're saying that you are a conduit, that this work is done through you, and it's only at your you have to grant them permission, and it's your free will choice to do this. So wonderful, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. And she says, I also call on the violet flame. Okay, wow.
Yeah.
And yes, I feel that I work at nighttime. Yeah, I have the violet flame right here, Saint Germain,
Yeah.
and I've been waiting for him to call on me so that I could record a private message. And look at that Metatron's cube right there. He's really inspiring, and yeah, so I have him.
Saint Germain.
Hmm.
I know I met this channel that was way into Saint Germain. Her name was Elizabeth Clare Prophet. Um, and she worked a lot with the Violet Flame for that, but she went off the deep end. And I don't know. I saw her once when she was channeling, and it scared the crap out of me. I was in this tent with a bunch of people, and she was kind of channeling in tongues. You couldn't understand what she was saying, but she had that big picture of Saint Germain on the wall behind her,
Oh,
and
okay.
talked about the Violet Flame and stuff. And the whole tent was chanting, except for me, because I didn't know what the heck was happening. And that woman, Elizabeth Clare Prophet, who eventually she took all of her followers and they dug a hole in the ground and they got weapons and all went underground. She's passed at this point, but she just focused in on me and just wouldn't change her gaze, like just staring into my soul. And I was freaking out. I was with a friend and I had to go, okay, I'm going to have to leave. I'm going to have to get out. I can't stay here. And so I got up and literally ran out of the room. So embarrassing. And I ran down the aisle because we were way up front and there was all these people. And they all acted like they didn't even see me in any way, shape, or form, or they didn't notice this person running down. And I just ran for my life, feeling like, oh no, I can't be with this person. I don't know, it feels so negative and so terrible. And this was way back when I'd asked Spirit to show me the difference between a positive channel and a negative channel. And I was trying to figure out what, because I didn't know what channeling was. And I was really asking Spirit to show me different examples. And this was in a 2-week period when I got like 7 channels that I went to visit out of the blue. And this was one of them. And right then I got, oh no, don't go down that. And then sure enough, later she lost it and took her people down a rabbit hole. But boy, was it, I felt like she knew I was not supposed to be there or something, the way she stared at me. But anyway, getting back to our question, I feel like Spirit is well aware of your commitment and your connection to them. This is the ring. This is Debbie's new cards. That you've become more and more of what we might say your soul contract with Spirit, and that they, you know, this connection is happening and we're aware of it. We would like for you to surrender even further. So surrender usually means even having more faith and trust that Spirit's got your back and you're willing to allow it to work through you and for you. And also by doing that, working on, like you say, you ask on them, you pray with them, all that empowers yourself to change your narrative or to another way of saying that is to realize your soul's purpose more completely here on the earth. Um, so then I also get messenger or writer. So I think these cards are hard to see because they're so light to begin with. Um, that there's something new coming your way. Perhaps it'll be like a new um, opportunity or a new opportunity to use what you've been learning to work with spirit in a more concrete way. And then finally, I get the stork, which is again about change coming, a new phase moving or transition, unless there's somebody pregnant in your family. It could also be talking about a baby or something coming. So I don't know about that, Alice, but it's either that or just a new birth in your own your own path. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, that was a little out there. Okay. Yeah, and that has nothing to do with Saint Germain. His energy is very nice. It was her turning it to serve her own purpose. She was way into money. She was very rich. Like she had huge diamonds on both her hands and everything when I saw her. And she had a huge following. Like this was at a big event where it was like an outdoor, almost carnival with tons of tents and books. And actually, I was already channeling Djwhal Khul. And she also talked about him a lot, and that's why I thought I was going to like her energy, because she had taught about from his books and stuff. But right away I got, oh no, no, no. And I even went to the bookstore, and the first book I saw was a book that Alice Bailey had written, channeling Djwhal Khul, who was one of my guides. That was the first book. I go, oh look, Djwhal Khul's book is here. Well, that must be a good sign. But I just got this horrible chill through my spine even in that library, and I needed to leave that area. So that whole time, Spirit, Djwhal Khul was like, they were working on me. Just help me to see and to trust my own sense, that wasn't, no, no, no. And even though they were using names and people and energies I was familiar with, it was still teaching me how to see, that's not resonating. There's something about the truth of that that's not resonating with me. And when you work with spirit and you dedicate yourself to that and you say, this is what I'm going to do the best way I'm able, it will stay with you there, and it'll kind of go, look at this with your sensibilities and your connection with spirit, and will always tell you what's true and what's not for you. And so that way you don't spend a lot of time fearing stuff. You get it and you move on. You go, okay, I'm not going to, that's not where I'm going. And it's not even that I wish them wrong or anything. I just go, oh, no, it's not for me. Moving on. Because obviously it was for all those people who were just wrapped, like almost in hypnosis, chanting some weird words that aren't even words. So it was serving them on some level. And who am I to tell you what serves you? But you know what I'm saying? It's that's one of the great things about being connected with spirit. And say, no matter what, I'm going to keep that connection. Even if I fall off, even if I'm not doing very good, even if I don't know what the heck I'm doing, my intention is still that. And it won't let you down. It'll keep going. It'll just go, okay, Mark's made this agreement. He's made this intention, and we're going to keep him on it. We're going to keep you on track.
That's really beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. It's so important for us to be aware of and be reminded of. And it's in your own experience has taught you this and brought you to this place and time in your life that you have this knowing. And we all grow. We all have experiences that um, widen our evolution, widen our just our awareness is really, and it just opens up. It opens up, and then you almost have like a different perspective, and then you can see clearly again. It's really beautiful, Mark. Thanks for sharing that.
you really get a sense of that ask and you receive thing too, because that's a big thing. Ask and you receive. And you sincerely ask. It's a heartfelt. When I got to that point about 30, 32 or so, when I was like, okay, my life's okay, but there's something big missing. It's not that I hate my life and I enjoy the things I do and things like that. I was in my, early 30s and I wasn't starving or anything, but there was just that big thing missing, which was a connection to spirit, a conscious connection with spirit. So that meant I was choosing it. And even in that, my request, my prayer was, because I was getting the feeling they wanted me to channel, because I kept getting books and stuff out of the blue. So my prayer was, well, if I don't even know what channeling is, and if that's something you want me to do, then you're going to have to be clear on that. And I've never met a channel. And, my prayer was, can you introduce me or show me that? And then literally in 2 weeks, I met 7 different kinds of channels in my life when I'd never seen one in my life. And I asked for that prayer, and just different weird ways of hearing about them. And so for a 2 week period, I just went to all these different, like one was a medium. One person channeled dolphins and space brothers. That crazy person with Saint Germain. I met a really good Djwhal Khul. So all that, it's just me asking that and sincerely asking it. Like, this is the most important thing in the world to me, God. And I want to be your servant. I want to be of service to the earth, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know what to do or anything. So if this is something you want me to do, give me some more clarity or more guidance. And it does. And it does that every time. If you ask with your heart, because sometimes I leave that out when I talk about this, but I just have to make sure people know it's a heartfelt request. It was so important to me, like really more so than everything. And that was long before I became a zookeeper or even thought that would even be a thing. I loved animals, but I never knew that was going to happen. All of that came from that opening up to spirit consciously and dedicating myself to doing the best I can step by step and asking along the way. And, you can forget that over and over. I still to this day will forget to ask spirit sometimes. I'll get all involved in whatever's happening and I'll get all sort of into it emotionally or whatever. Then I go, oh, wait a minute. You forgot to ask consciously for spirit to come in here and help you through it. And so it makes all the difference in the world, guys.
Wow, that was really, really very special, Mark. Thank you so much for imparting that wisdom. And Lisa says, thank you guys. Whoever thought that answering the question would open you up to so many new possibilities. And that's what it's all about. And I know that other people said that they got a lot of healing from the healing that you did earlier on. And it's a community thing. It's a collective energy, and we can both receive and send energies. Our thoughts are very powerful. Our words are very powerful, and the energy and the frequencies are changing. That we can see results. We can see how we affect others by our prayers and our wishes. So
Right.
just mhm.
Yeah. And then just, a lot of times I hear this a lot that, you're asking your personal question, but it in turn serves others that are gathered here or that read it, watch us later or something. Because even though it's your personal thing, others can learn or receive guidance from your asking the question. So, a lot of times you're serving others by serving yourself. You're guided to ask this question to us or to spirit through us, and then that serves you or not one way or another. And then a lot of times people who just think they're tuning in, they go, oh, I'm so glad I was here for that question, because it also helped me see something clear too. So it is that group, we gather here to serve one another. And your guys questions, I can tell you many times, they serve me. I'm not
Yeah,
left out in that. I
right.
learn a lot from the questions you guys ask spirit through me. and just in their response, that teaches me stuff. You're always learning. That never stops. I feel like you're always getting more and better, and
Mhm.
it just keeps growing that way.
Well, thank you, Mark. And we have been putting your information in the chat there. And if anybody would like to go over and subscribe to Mark's YouTube channel, it's under Spirit Whisperer, and the link is in the description box as well as being shared throughout the chat there. Also, Mark, if they would like a reading from you, what's the best way for them to connect with you for readings? Do you do personal readings?
I do. Yep.
Okay.
I don't usually, like, I don't have it all up on the YouTube because, I just don't want to put it all out there unless you're interested in it, kind of. But if you're interested in a personal reading, well, it's not really with me, it's with Spirit through me. So one of the guides does the reading and I sit here and watch it. But you just have to contact me at my email address, spiritwhisperer88@gmail.com. As soon as I get that, I'll send you the information about the sessions and what that entails, and then you can decide if that'll be good for you or not. But yeah, I'm always open to that. We schedule them pretty quickly once you reach out to me. Also today on my channel, Saturday is my regular day, where Pan and I take questions on any topic. So if we missed your question here and you want to come over there, you're more than welcome to try again on that. And that's today at 4 o'clock Eastern. That's my regular Pan Answers Any Question day. Okay.
That's beautiful, Mark. Thank you so very, very much. Well, we'd like to say thank you to everybody here. And just to name a few, Sherry is here, Abby is here, Jenna, Jan's Free, Dave Maud. And I wanted to give a very special shout out to the Chrome Zone, Heather and Priscilla. I'm going to be on their channel tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern as well. So please go on over there and check that out. I will also be on Allie Heart and Soul Connected tomorrow in the morning. And please head on over there and check us out tomorrow as well. Later on today, I will be with my friend Shane from Unbiased and On the Fence. And I have posted that in my community section. If you would like the link, just go into my community page or link. What is it? A page, a tab, my community tab, and click on that link. It'll bring you right on over there for later on today. So there's a lot of us going on today, and we thank you for spending time here with us. And it's just it's wonderful. Dave Maud is here, and Lisa, thank you so much. Alice, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who posted their questions. It really does help us to put together a beautiful presentation for everybody. And thank you all for watching after the live as well. All right. Well, take care. Thanks again, Mark. You have a
Oh, I'm not,
wonderful afternoon, everybody.
it's always a great time. I really enjoy it.
Thank you. Bye.